Hey, it's Mo.
It's your girl JT.
Hey, Sade.
And I'm Philly, and you are now tuned into Decoded.
That's right. Decoded is back.
Wow,
Back in business.
definitely.
Honestly, thank God. Thank God.
Facts. Facts.
Yo, I have no long speech. I just want to say thank God because,
I thought this was it. I thought this was it.
yo,
So I
you know when
honestly
you,
thought,
you know when you wake up from a
I
bad
lost.
dream and you're like, yo, thank God that was a dream. Like, yo, I feel like this has just been a
mm-hmm,
Yep,
nightmare.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
A
mm-hmm.
bad
literally.
nightmare.
Yeah, no, it crazy. This is more than a nightmare. This is,
What's
I
after
don't know.
Pandemic,
nightmare?
pandemic.
In my
Right?
whole life, I
COVID
never thought I would
19.
live through a pandemic. I never thought this was something that I would live through. Like, okay, maybe a storm, maybe a hurricane here and there. A pandemic? Who?
I personally, I didn't know. Like, I barely knew what pandemic was about. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
hear about it, but you just think you think we're untouchable
Facts.
over here in North
Facts.
Yo,
America. You just think, yo, we're
Facts.
great, free
Facts.
healthcare. Like, what's
you know
pandemic?
how I
Facts.
knew I didn't know about pandemic because I had to use spell check. You feel me? I had to be like, wait a minute, my phone's not used to this one. Like,
Oh, now when I type, my phone just types it out automatically for me. My phone just knows the words quarantine, pandemic, and COVID. My phone knows like it's nothing.
That's crazy.
My phone's like, oh, that's what she's typing. Okay, cool.
wow.
Hmm. But
No, it's been a rough couple
definitely,
months.
definitely. Um, I'm. Let me tell you how my quarantine started. So, well, we recorded our usual Sunday. You know, my week just started. I'm about to go to work. I get up. It was a Tuesday. I'll never forget. It was a Tuesday. Got up, washed my face, hop in the shower, come out. I have a missed call from my manager. I'm like, what did I do today? Like, why am I getting a missed call from my manager? Like, why are you calling me? You don't have to come into the office until further notice. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, this is it? Like, this is how you guys are firing me?
I'm
Like,
dead.
you guys couldn't give me a 2 weeks notice?
I'm dead.
Like, what's going on? And I'm like, why? She's like, oh, because of like the virus right now. We're just gonna currently work from home. And how my work is, we travel with our laptops. So every time we go to work, we go back home with our laptop. So like, it's never really an issue from working home. And I'm like, okay, this is blessed. In my head, I'm like, yo, I'm about to get a whole week off working from home. I'm smiling ear to ear. I'm happy. I'm like, all right, let me go for a jog because I have like 3 hours to spare. And then that was day one. That was a Tuesday. I start my weeks on a Tuesday. Then went to Wednesday. Then went to Thursday. And then next thing I know, it was March 31st. I'm like, why am I still working from home? What's going on here? And then I'm watching the news and I'm seeing these numbers increase and I'm seeing death. And then automatically it went from joy to panic mode,
Yeah,
just like that.
yeah.
And then I noticed it went from me being like, oh, this is a vacation to yo, survival mode. And I can tell you from then, from Josephine, from like March 10th to Josephine to March 31st, we're two different people.
Mm,
Because in my head, I've never been in survival mode. I've never thought of, yo, what happens if I come across this or what do I need to do? Like, and at first the news was telling us, oh, you guys don't need a mask. Oh, when you touch something, you can get it. It can get on your clothes, on surfaces, but just wash your hands. Like they were giving us misinformation throughout this whole thing. So we didn't know what to do. Like it was like, what do you do? All that we knew was social distancing
I think
it
that was
was
the
so bad.
because
scariest
they didn't
part.
know. They didn't know what they were telling us. So I'm
Yeah.
like,
The experts
thank you.
themselves didn't
If
know
the experts didn't
nothing.
know, how do you expect me, a regular person, to act? Like, I did not know what to do. So in my head, I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm not leaving this house unless we're literally down to one grain of rice. Literally, I'm yelling at my parents. I'm telling no one's leaving the house. Like, yo, it was weird. Like, I was like completely paranoid. Like, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, yo, what's happening? They're telling us to stay home. They're telling us not to go outside. I didn't know if it was airborne or not. It was such a scary moment from March 31st into like, I don't know, mid-April. Like it was tough. Can you believe I didn't leave my house for like 30 days? I wasn't ordering food. Yo, I became Chef JT. Like me,
I'm
Chef
dead.
JT.
I'm dead.
Yo, it was scary. Like, yes, it was fun, but it was also really scary for me. And
Very
like seeing the
scary.
numbers. So I got to a point where I just completely took myself off of social media and the news. I couldn't tell you what was going on in the world because the news and social media was affecting my mental health. Like I was not in the right place. I was so scared of I don't know, potentially getting it. Like, it was so scary. And then they were saying the elderly people were getting and dying because they had no survival rate. It was like, yo, and I live with my parents. So it was like, I was just scared. I kid you not, I was scared. So my quarantine from March to, you can say, the first time I actually went and saw someone was for Monique's birthday. I met up with Shade to go surprise Monique for her birthday at her door. And that was the first time I met someone outside of my house, which is both my parents.
Wow.
So yeah. Like, when I tell you I was quarantined, I was in quarantine. Like, I was just scared. The grocery store, I made sure no one was around me. I wasn't picking any fruits and veggies that were outside or were not bagged. Like, when I tell you I was leaving my house, mask, gloves. I changed my gloves before I touched my door handle. I was wiping down my phone. I was even price matching. You see how obsessed I was with price matching before I went to quarantine?
There was no time for that.
I was leaving my phone in the car.
There was no
My dad
time for
yelled,
that.
yo, why are you leaving your phone in the car? Like, just in case we need to reach out. I'm like, nah, like, I'm not bringing something I touch so frequently into the store. Like, I'm leaving that shit in the car. Like, oh, it was draining mentally. It was scary. Like, the stuff I was doing. Like, and then they told us at a point we didn't need masks. And then they came back and said, okay, you guys need masks. Yo, the misinformation was what had me scared. I was like, you know what? Let me just stay in my house. No, there's no point. And I'm mad at all the people that thought buying toilet paper was a necessity.
Oh,
so they cleared up all the toilet paper.
Well, just at me then. Like, that was me. That was me.
But it was scary. Like, I remember I went to the grocery store and the shelves were empty. And I'm like, yo, this is it. What do you mean the shelves are empty? I've never seen the shelves empty in grocery stores. Never in my life. Never.
Oh, that'll be a sight I'll remember until I'm like in my
I was
grave.
actually kind of traumatized.
I've never seen that.
Kind of made me a little emotional. There's one time I remember I saw my reflection in the Walmart glass and I had my mask and gloves on. I'm like, yo, I was a little emotional. I'm like, this can't be my new like normal. This can't be it. Yo, I was going through it, guys. Like, we laugh now, but like that time I was going through it. I would not see anyone. I didn't care who you were. If you weren't my immediate family, you were not seeing me. I didn't know if you were quarantined. I didn't know if you were social distancing. I don't know who you were coming across. Oh, but God is good. Like, I'm at a different place now. I'm happy. In my head, it's gone. Don't come for me. Don't at me. Don't come in my mentions. In my head, it's not as bad as March, you know? And I'm happy we're kind of progressing in a sense. But like, oh, that was me. That was me. March what are we in now? June? What is it? July?
We're in July.
Yeah, what is
year's
it?
gone.
The devil's a liar because I don't even know what month it is.
Me every day.
Yeah.
Wait, what day is it? Like
July.
Yeah. It's scary.
Yo, don't even ask me what day. It's July.
That's crazy.
The way I just wake up and just make sure it's a day for me to log into work. I just make sure, like, all right, it's scary. But like, the positives, you can say the positives that I've gotten out of this quarantine was exploring nature more. So I was in and I'm like, okay, so all I do is eat because I'm emotional and I watch Netflix shows. So obviously I'm going to gain some weight. And I didn't want to come out this quarantine because a big tin and then everyone in my DM is gone. I didn't want that. So I started jogging every morning before my shift and, you know, working out outside. And that was me. I was literally that girl, just go to the gym and come back home. You would never catch me on a jog on a trail or whatever. You'll never catch me. Like, what is that? A trail? What trail? I was scared of animals. So like, it was something that crossed my mind. So definitely the positives, like, I love nature now. And I did a couple nature walks with Mo, and she's Mother Nature. Not Mother Nature, sorry. What do I call her? Sister Nature.
Yeah.
Sister Nature. So
I hate how that sounds. It sounds weird.
Your Sister Nature. That's the name I have you saved as.
I'm dead.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my quarantine.
For me, like, when you talk about the toilet paper thing and like, yo, honestly, that was me. But because I didn't know what else to do, man. Like, I didn't even need toilet paper, but I'm just like, if everyone else is doing it, I'm not gonna be the only. Like, this whole time has just been me. Like, okay, what does the news tell me to do? Like, what are they saying? Toilet paper? All right, I'm there. Like, I remember I went into No Frills, and I don't usually shop there, but I just remember the day people are like lockdown, And I'm like, oh, Monique, because my parents were even out of the city. So I'm like, Monique, you are the breadwinner. You are the responsible person right now. You need to get it together for your household. So I went and I just remember grabbing everything. Like I was shopping.
Yeah.
I've never shopped like this. I felt like I was in Hunger Games, one of these movies, yo. When I say I was grabbing stuff off the shelf, not even looking at what it was, I swear right now, like I bought enough tin cans to last us. Like, and I wasn't even
so
and people and
2022.
I seen memes like, oh, people not buying like the fruits and vegetables. I'm like, but dog, if we're in lockdown, spinach goes bad in 5 days. Why am I buying that? So
spinach is disrespectful. Regardless,
I will never forget. Like, just my cart was full, like full up, and I was moving fast. Like I was like when I'm in the grocery store, it feels like what's that game, Pac-Man, where like I was trying to avoid.
Don't kill me.
I didn't want people to touch me, but I was just moving fast through the aisles. Honestly, after that, it was a lockdown. Like the people them said lockdown, and I stayed in my house.
Same here.
Like, when I say I stayed in my house, my brother is like, yo, you're not okay. like this is not healthy. Because if you think about it, like, yo, this was a very traumatic experience. Like actually, let's be real. Like it was traumatic. Like I couldn't even. I had to turn off the news, and that's why I think I was Sister Nature before. If you see my balcony right now, the amount of fruits and vegetables I'm growing, you would think like I just had to find something, and that's what I would say my positive was for this time is that I feel like quarantine or whatever they want to call this time it really forced us to really kind of take in what matters and what doesn't. Because for me, like obviously, you start and you're like on Instagram and you're looking at this and like at first you're watching Netflix, but after a while I'm like, yo, like my life, this can't be my life. You know what I mean? So I had to find other things that for me felt productive. For me, my thing is I have to stay productive. And anytime I feel like I'm not productive, that's when my head is just gone. So for me, it was really reading. Like I read a lot. It was praying. It was planting my gardens. And it was actually like taking time to kind of like just be on my own and like maybe sometimes I was talking to myself. I don't know, but I feel like I've really come to understand more who I am, love who I am. Like it was just a good time to just kind of like to grow, really. Like, and it's just sad that it took a whole pandemic for it to happen. But
it's true. It's true.
But either way, like I feel like like all things work together for the good, and I feel like it was an opportunity for me really to just say, all right, Monique, what are you going to actually do in this time that's productive? Whether that be business, whether that be work, like I don't know. I'm really sad for the lives that were lost, and I think this is a traumatic thing that we'll always have to kind of deal with. But on a personal level, like I was able to kind of step back, and that's kind of selfish because people actually died. But on a personal level, like I was able to step back, connect with my family, and connect with myself, and connect with God.
Definitely.
So it was good. It was good. It was rough. I'm not gonna lie. I can't say it was good. It was rough, but we make the best of it.
Definitely. Definitely.
Oh God. For me,
I'm ready, sis.
Let's start with work. We're at work, and then all of a sudden, one day I came in, we heard, oh, half of the building upstairs is already gone, working from home. Like, what do you mean? So I'm like, okay, so what about me?
Yeah.
Like, what about us, people in my department, like exposed to people coming in and out of the building? So a couple of days went by, and after more and more people at the back of the building were working from home. So I'm like, nah, I need to work from home because, like, I don't know everyone in my household, they're already staying at home. I don't want to be the only person who's going to be interacting or exposed to everyone else. So I'm like, I need to work from home as well. So that eventually did happen. And honestly, in the process of this thing, I always was kind of like, I knew I wanted a new job, but now you honestly got to see a different side of your employers.
Good point. Yeah.
And their situations and their employers and their employees. And when I tell you whoever hears this, but when I tell you mine, I just forwarded emails to my personal email because I'm like, nah, I have to save this in a special folder. But that working from home was great for like the first couple weeks, and then after I'm like, nah, something has to give. And then I'm here making my meals and everything, and I'm already on the thick side, but I gained some extra weight, and I'm like, nah, I have to
Quarantine
lose
weight was
this.
it's good, man.
Yo.
We all love it. Quarantine
Quarantine-
weight? No, I'm telling you, when I was eating for everything. I woke up, I'm like, it's time to eat. I signed into work, I'm like, it's time to eat.
Yo.
My mom would call me, I'm like, it's time to eat. I was eating to comfort myself. Like, it was like, I literally need to eat every second. I was overeating. For what?
Trust me. But in terms of like the panic and everything, everyone in my household, there's like no panic in terms of like grabbing groceries and stuff. Because if anyone knows my mom, like she's just a different woman. We're a couple weeks before the pandemic, I bought 16 cases of water.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, 16 cases.
Oh, that's a normal thing.
People are asking what I'm preparing for. Ask me what I'm preparing for. I don't know, but I
Today,
prepared for this.
your mom and my mom, they could live together. Cause I swear to God, this lady's been prepared since 2018.
Meanwhile, we weren't prepared until literally the moment of. I'm like, well,
trust
I guess
me,
we need to go to the grocery store, huh?
When I tell you that my mom showed me some hiding spots in the house that's been stocked, I said, look how much days I come in here. I'm starving. This lady has fully stocked areas in the home.
Don't kill me. So yeah, really like panicking for food and stuff. If anything, just like hand sanitizer and stuff just to like keep us safe and like at the front door and everything. But like emotionally it was very draining. I didn't know what was going on, as like same with everyone else. It's like, yo, I honestly thought the world was ending. My mom's like, no, the world is not. It's just something that needed to come, and it's gonna eventually pass, but it's gonna be a new norm. As everyone is saying, it's gonna be a new norm, which is what the world does need, as much as we like to admit it or not. But honestly, before I wasn't really in a good headspace for a while. But now things are slowly going back to normal, even though COVID is not done. But I'm honestly hopeful for what's actually going to change and what's going to happen in the future. But I don't know. I'm in an okay space now.
Yeah.
In an okay space.
Yeah. Yeah. The new normal, I'm not ready for the new normal, if I'm going to be honest. I just feel like we kind of took our previous life for granted. We had so much. We're able to walk into the malls, do whatever we want, millions of people at the place at the same time, concerts. And I feel like it goes back to, you should have like lived life to the fullest. You never know what's gonna happen. I feel like we always preach that on the show. We always say,
know.
live your life, live your life, live your life. And it's like now, for the people who have experienced certain stuff, it's like now you can't even in crowds more than what? What is the number now? 20 people now? It's like, I don't know if we're ever going to go back to that place where we lived so freely.
No, I had a random thought. I had a random thought this morning. You know that?
Yeah.
You know when you go to the club and there's always that one girl who's making out with someone at the end of the night. You know they can't do that no more. You can't make
for what? Why? Whose mouth?
You know what's crazy? I actually don't think I feel like that's still gonna happen. Like, but there's people that's only
fine.
Yes, but I still feel like even when and everything, like that's still gonna happen. Like there's people out there that literally don't care about Corona. Like
it's true.
They just don't care. They don't.
There are people from the beginning to now. You're right. You're
yes,
right.
Like,
and you can tell by. I was gonna say you can tell by when they opened parks. Like for example, when they opened Trinity Bell Park, the amount of people were on that grass. People were just waiting. Yeah, people were just waiting.
Yeah, there's people that just don't care. They do not care. But yeah, so I guess I'm the last one to share my quarantine experience. Wow. There's so many parts to the story. I'm like, wait, like which part do I even start on? First of all, when this whole thing dropped, it was my birthday. So literally my birthday was on the Tuesday, March 10th. I kept hearing about COVID. I was just like, yeah, whatever. Like, yo, the news. Me, I'm not someone to like believe the news that quickly.
Same here.
So I've been hearing about it, but I'm like, yeah, like whatever. We're good. We're in Canada. Like, what do you mean? Like, I could go to the doctor for free here. Like, I'm good. So my birthday passed now. Had reservations on the weekend for my dinner. So I'm getting all excited, you know, finding an outfit, this, that, and the third. All of a sudden now, nope, your reservations are canceled. Sorry, like the restaurants were basically closing. So there's nothing you could do. So to start the story, I basically spent the first half of quarantine, of my birthday in quarantine. Not knowing what the hell to do, not knowing who to believe, who to trust, not knowing what the news is saying. Like it got to a point now where like before I even brush my teeth on Google.
Yeah.
Does Brampton have?
Facts.
Like, it got to the point where I'm just like, yo, am I just gonna read the news every day of my life when I wake up? Before I even read Bible, I'm reading CP24 every morning. Every single morning. And then on top of it all, it's like I work in a house with all essential workers.
Shout out to the essential workers,
my
man.
Parents are yeah, like my parents work, my mom works in a nursing home, my dad's an engineer. Like they don't have jobs, like they could just be like, okay, yeah, like we're working from home. Same thing with myself. So I was still going into work. Thankfully, like my work was really prepared. You know, we have like 24-hour cleaners. So I was never worried at work. But I just didn't want to be there because like everybody around you is working from home. So you're just like, wait, like why can't I work from home too? But I was just happy that I still had a job and that I didn't need to apply for CURB. CURB never seen me, or CERB, whatever the hell it is. I didn't want to be on no CURB, okay? So I'm just grateful that I still had a job. That was a blessing, to be honest, because I was just hearing so many people that lost their job, they lost their businesses, their business can't recover, they don't know how they're going to support themselves and their family. So every morning I just woke up and I was like, yo, just be grateful for that. Just be grateful for that. That is literally the only thing that kept me going. And then the next thing for me was like, yo, being a woman, someone like me, like I'm very scheduled when it comes to my waxes, my nails, my this, like all that stuff. Preach. So I'm just thinking now, like, yo, this whole thing has just taught me the importance of being self-sufficient. So many times, like, I would just be like, nah, like, I just could pay someone to do that. Like, my hair, I could just pay somebody. My nails, I'll just pay somebody. Like, why would I ever do it myself? But during this quarantine, when I tell you, I learned how to do my nails. I learned how to do, what is it, silk press. I did my own pedicure.
Oh, you're saying, are you taking customers or nah? I'm still scared.
I don't know if I'm that good yet. I might have to send you guys a 1-2 pictures of my nails. But yeah, like I learned how to do all of that stuff. Like I literally turned into a beautician over these last 3 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that was so important. Just becoming self-sufficient is so important. And I think a lot of us we just want to give our money to the Chinese people. We're so quick, so quick, you know, just give your money here, give your money there.
Yo, you know we're about to get into those topics.
Oh, we have to go there, even if it's for
they're not seeing me again.
I'm already here,
but it's fine. The way my toes are done right now, yo, last week they were white, this week they're blue. Like
this is it.
But definitely when you're talking about the businesses and stuff, it's tough. A lot of people lost their businesses. It's unfortunate. Like a lot of people were laid off.
Tough.
Yo, the unemployment rate was so high. It's never been this high ever since. People were on. It's crazy.
It still is.
It's crazy.
But honestly, like this time really made me thankful to be in a country like Canada. Like I'm not. I'm not always the number one advocate for this place. You feel me? Like I will always big up my Jamaica, but for once I was really. Not for once, but I was really pleased to be able to say I was Canadian and just to kind of see how things are being dealt with. I really feel like they kind of got a handle on it really early compared to like, you know, those other ones of like on the other side of the border. Like, holy.
The cases, the numbers I'm seeing is ridiculous.
No, but like, even though like, you know, for the people who did have to go on the curb or CERB or whatever, you know, at least there was something for them to go on. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That was 2,000. Right? People are getting 2,000 every couple of weeks. And that's good.
Yo, if you were on the other side of the border, how much did they get?
1,200. I heard it cut. It cut after that. What is that 1,200 going to do for a family?
It's a blessing. I feel like it's really a blessing to be able to be in a. Who knows? Everyone might have to pay it back, but in the time when it was given, it was helpful. You feel me?
Yeah, it was kind of like one thing off your list, one less stress off your list.
You needed it,
because it was a difficult time. Like everyone handled it differently, but like we weren't prepared for this.
So difficult, and no. I was gonna say, like, shout out to all the parents too that have been home with their kids since, what is it, like literally February? Because kids went on March break and they never returned. So shout out to all the moms and dads, man. I really, honestly, I felt my heart
all
goes
the
out
parents,
to you guys,
like all my siblings are
from
parents,
the bottom of my heart.
I think I was having daily conversations with them just to make sure they're okay. Like, yo, people are teaching their kids at home.
Yep.
What do you mean I'm a teacher and a mom? How does that happen? Like, what?
Yep.
It's
and
crazy.
shout out also to the people who had to, like,
hats.
I know working is a blessing, but it's also very hard to work
during a pandemic.
I'm sorry, like, especially like for essential workers, like for counselors, for doctors, for nurses. Like, you're dealing with panic while you're panicking. You know, like it's the next level of stress. So like, I just feel like, yo, there needs to be a check that comes.
I really have a whole nother respect for all the essential workers, like all the people you just named, the counselors, doctors, because how do you think of somebody else's life besides yours during a pandemic? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm being honest. Like, obviously, when we went to this, I just thought of me and my family. I didn't think of anyone else. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not thinking of other people like that, because then I went in survival mode. The fittest of the fittest will survive. Like, and I feel like right now that's what it is right now. It's like, if your immune system is built for it, yo, go outside, go have fun, and what happens happens.
Every single leaf that existed got boiled in this house. You understand? The way I was building up this,
I was steaming.
When I say sea moss is my best friend.
Shout out to Monique for putting me on to sea moss,
sour stop, this root, that root. His mom knows the name of all of them. Listen, I had to get involved in the boiling of the leaves, because I said, this corona can't come. Listen, corona.
You know what's so funny? I saw like a Twitter thread, and I noticed that everyone had their own traditional like way of boiling leaves. And I noticed the one essential item that was in it was lime. Everyone made sure they had a lime in their boiling stuff.
Lime and ginger.
Make sure those are the bases. And everyone just threw in other stuff that they felt like would help them. But yo, it was all about what you thought it was keeping you away from the corona. And yo, I don't blame people. But you obviously have to take precautions as well. You can't be just walking around outside bold face, not taking any kind of precautions when you come back home. Those people, I don't know what to say to you. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't.
That just reminds me too, like the importance of staying healthy. Like, sometimes, you know, you just put your health on the back burner because you're not thinking about pandemic, you know? So it's so important to just keep yourself healthy as much as you can, like work, stay active, you know, eat healthy, all that, so that when pandemic comes.
But yo, you know, one thing that they show me is that, like, as much as we stay healthy, and like I hope everyone can, staying healthy is a privilege, in the sense that not everyone can afford healthy foods. Not everyone can afford certain prescriptions. Like, not everyone can afford to not go to work and to work from home, you know? And I think one thing that COVID really did was kind of show us like the disparities and like how unjust this damn world is. You know what I mean? So it's like, for people who can't stay healthy, like find ways to stay healthy in the way that you can. If you might not be able to go to gym, find a way somewhere to walk. You might not be.
Let me tell you, there's a trail behind my house. That trail was always just quiet. Like, maybe you'll see a 1-2 old couple just walking around, maybe a 1 kid and their mom. And I'm one of those people, I barely went on that trail. So I'm reading myself at this point too. When I went back there, that trail's full of people.
Yeah.
I'm like, where did all these people come from? I just want to know, including myself. Where did we come from? And when I tell you I was paranoid to run on that, and I'm like, yo, I can't live in a bubble. I can't. If I want to jog and feel refreshed before my shift, I should feel able to. Yeah, maybe I'll probably run on the grass when I see 3 people running towards me. But I didn't care at a point. I was like, yo, I'm just going to go and do my jogs. Yo, I was over it.
It's not realistic. Like, we're humans. We're meant to interact. Like, naturally, like, that's what we're meant to do.
Human interaction at a point. I missed it. Like, I'm here talking to people in the grocery store. Like, they're my best friends at a point. Like, the cashier.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you? Like, they're probably like, what's wrong with this girl? Like, why is she so happy to talk to me? But yo, I actually missed it. Like, as much as I like working from home, I actually miss going in to see my coworkers and someone pissing me off, or, you know, whatever the case, not finding a parking spot, or someone stealing. Like, I miss those little things. The drive there, talking to myself, listening to music. I miss those little moments. It's tough. It's tough.
But haven't you guys also seen like the flip side of that? Like, when you're in the grocery store and someone's coming before you, it's like that weird, awkward moment.
Yeah.
Like, do I go left? Do I go right? I don't know. Like,
Listen,
I've been
dodging
experiencing
people.
that.
the other day,
Especially,
I accidentally touched a man's cart with my cart, not even with my body. My cart touched his. The way the man looked at me, like I almost killed someone. Like I was like, "I'm sorry, sir." I'm like, "I'm sorry, sir."
oh yeah.
And he's just like, "Oh." I'm like, "You want me to bow down? Like, what would you like from me?" Like, nah. But I feel like everyone's on edge. Like everyone is on edge. Like
definitely.
And it's like whatever they're trying to do, because for me, everything for me is what they're trying to do. Like I don't really take nothing as natural stuff, not controversial, but I'm like, whatever you guys are trying to do with this social distancing, I don't know why they're trying to make people be so distant from one another, but I'm not here for it, because the way the man looked at me, I was like, oh my gosh, like, can I live? Like
literally, I just don't know when it's gonna change.
I don't think it's ever gonna change.
Even when the other day, the first time, like, I went into the gas station, because I've been pumping my gas just at the pump, like, just there at the pump. I'm done generally. The other day, I said, let me just go inside. The man said, oh, ma'am, you can scan your own card. Before, they were so quick to take my points card. When they asked for points card, they're grabbing it out my hand before it's out of my purse. Now, oh, ma'am, you can just scan it yourself. Like, it's crazy. Just all these little things that have changed. I just don't know. It might just be, as you said earlier, make the new normal.
Because it seems like we're not getting a cure. So if we're not getting a cure, that's why they're implementing these social distancing. We're in the mask, because now it's like, you protect yourself when there's no cure coming out. So just protect yourself as much as you can. And that's how the new normal started now.
But it's like, we also want the government to protect us too. So I don't know, like there's all these experts that work in healthcare. For all these years, we've been to Mars, we've done all these things, we've walked on the moon. Did we walk on the moon? I don't know.
Crazy.
But we've done all these things, and y'all are telling me y'all can't find a little vaccine to help calm everything down?
Crazy. We have now phones unlocking cars. The newest iPhones can be able to unlock a BMW. You're telling me you guys can't find a cure. Like, how are we unlocking cars?
There's cars that could fly.
Like, we're so advanced. That's why I kind of just, when we got to like mid-April, close to May, that's when I was like, yo, we might not get a cure, because I was like, what's taking us so long? Because what was keeping it going? Like, we're gonna find a cure. We're gonna find a cure. We're almost there. And then I'll see reports saying they're going through clinical trials, testing trials, and till now I still don't see it. And it's like, what's going on?
Now they're saying 2021 spring. So I guess we'll just hang tight until then.
I'm not listening. I'll stay in my house. I don't care, because I will just stay in my house. Because even if they come with a, let me not.
But for me, I'm slowly getting into my old routine. Like, I went to the mall the other day. Like, but the mall is the ghost town. It's not, well, when I went, it was a ghost town.
No.
Like, people were lining up. It didn't feel like normal, like going into the mall and just, going to grab something and come right back. I felt like it took me literally 30 minutes to go get one item in one store and come back. And it was like, most of the time it'll take me like 3 minutes, 4 minutes to go and get my item and like run back to my car, like a quick mall run.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
But you know what? I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful. I mean, a lot of, it was a rough time. A lot of lives were lost. Like, I just hope things calm down. But I
don't think so. I think it's been mostly traumatizing especially for Black people too. With quarantine and more than ever, they didn't care about a pandemic, but more than ever, more stuff is happening. Like, our lives are getting taken away. And I read the reports that in the States, like the locales in America and States are the ones who are getting more COVID. And it's like, really, why don't, like, even through a pandemic, we can't love one another? Like, it has to be a color, race, and like Black people, and like, come on, like, it's tough.
The world was built on these injustices, and stuff like pandemic only highlights the injustices that everything was built on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not a surprise. Like, of course, those areas are gonna get hit harder. Look how the damn places are built. Look at the people who are essential workers. Like, nah, like I'm saying, like, it's not something we have to kind of be like, we have to kind of, think deep into some of these stuff. Like, it's really, really sad, but like, I don't know. It's just really sad. And I just pray that I personally have to operate from a place of hope that things will get better. Because if you don't have hope right now, I don't know what you're doing. Like, if you can, like, if you don't have anything in you that says like the numbers will go down or things will get better, then it's like, I don't know how you get out of bed, man. It's a rough time.
Yeah, and everyone copes differently. Like for me, I have to stop watch. I haven't watched the news since probably mid-May, and what are we in July now? I haven't
Oh,
watched
me
the news.
neither.
And if
Me
I'm getting
neither.
news, it's because I'm maybe on Instagram or Twitter. But even then, I'm skimming through it because I don't want to hear. Like the last news, okay, I saw on Twitter was we're probably at 131 new cases, and even then, I don't want to see those numbers because that number is going to stay in my head. So I don't need to know these kind of stuff. Like it's fine. Maybe I might be ignorant because I don't want to know the numbers, but I'm doing what makes me feel better, and what makes me be able to get up in the morning. Like, all right, I'm good. Let's get this day started. And everyone copes differently. So do what you need to do to get through this pandemic. I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way, but whatever you need to do to get through this pandemic and survive and tell your story and live better and live your life to the fullest, do it.
Agree.
And then you might see us, you might see Decoded. I keep seeing memes that like, yo, this is a textbook. Like this is an actual something that is gonna show up in the textbook. And like I could just
textbook? This is a whole semester. What do you mean? It's a whole semester. What do you mean? People have to take this class. The pandemic of 2020. What do you mean?
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. It needs to be a whole year course. It's actually a whole year course.
But
it can't just be one chapter because this is too many chapters that we're.
Well, I want to know where I can go for the photo shoot for the pictures that are going to be in that textbook. Yo, I made it out. You feel me? I want to be involved. I want to be involved.
Yeah. But we made it, and I'm glad that we're back, and we're sharing our story.
Yeah, and let us know, for everyone listening, let us know what your quarantine was like.
Definitely.
At first, I know we were watching a lot of Netflix. We made some Netflix suggestions and stuff. Did you keep watching Netflix? Did you get tired of Netflix?
Did you keep eating like me?
Did you drink 3 bottles of wine?
Did you guys read a book?
Wine? Let me just not talk about wine.
I had to lock it off still.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I was drinking like I don't know, like I was a bottle service girl or something. I don't know. The amount of liquor I was drinking.
We don't condone alcohol here.
I had to lock it off. But so let us know what yours was like.
Yes.
We thank you guys so much for still listening, and still we felt the love. We saw the DMs, we saw the messages.
Yeah.
Or like, where are you? What do you have to say about this? So this is what we have to say. Let us know what you're thinking though.
Definitely. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so yes, let us know, guys. Our Instagram is always up and running. Hopefully you guys are all still staying safe, washing your hands, sanitizing, doing what you have to do in order to make it through. So thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in to Decoded.
Bye.